Hey again everyone, Todd Michael Putnam from Creative Adventure Tables, bringing another adventure table idea, and this is Hunting the Frost Dragon. Hunting the Frost Dragon. So players are getting up there in level in the game system that I play. Level 8 in Shadow Dark is getting close towards the top of the scale. It pops out at 10. So as we're getting close to the end there of the campaign, we decided one of the final few adventures that I had for them would be they'd be hunting a dragon that had been going through these northern towns and destroying everyone and stealing all the loot and flying further north each time that it goes. And once the players got to the frontier and whatnot, started talking to them, the surviving residents basically told them what the dragon was doing, that they had sent several other teams of adventurers up there to go after them, to go after the dragon, but only one came back barely alive, with extreme frostbite. And he said, you know, he was able to track the dragon to its lair up on the top of a large hill, or a large mountain, but it was no good. After facing the other dangers that are in the Arctic, they were too weak, and the dragon killed them all except him. But he did have, you know, landmarks and stuff for where to follow, which he imparted, and then of course he died. And the townsfolk have said, listen, we have nothing left, but everything that the dragon has taken, including whatever magical items and stuff that were on the previous adventures of the game, they're all yours. We don't want anything. Just kill the dragon and bring back its head to prove to us that this, you know, terrible beast has been destroyed. And of course, the players decided they would take up on the quest. If they hadn't, I would have built something else. And then we're off into the frozen north. So the first thing that I did, and of course I got this all set up at the same time, which it isn't, you know, for the monsters, but the first one was pretty quick and easy. I just had a bunch of winter gnolls that are going around here, and so I brought them along, and basically they took them out with a fireball. It was real easy. It was just it's basically an easy going just kick it over type, encounter with low-level monsters, relatively low-level monsters. Make them feel tough, like they're badasses. You know, they took them out with a fireball, so they're doing awesome. And then a little while after that, actually right after that, while they were still picking through the corpses of the gnolls, these guys would come up. These are my remoras, which are basically snow creatures. And the way I have them in this is they burrow up through the ground and they attack at advantage one time. Whenever they burrow up underneath, they attack at advantage. But if they're up and out like this, then they get 3 attacks, according to the Shadow Dark book. So they'll get 3 attacks that way. And what the players learned is that if they stand up on this, kind of like the old movie, what was it called? Not Crawlers. I can't think of it. The Kevin Bacon movie. I know you guys will know it. The Kevin Bacon movie where the monsters come up from underneath the ground and whatnot. So it's the same concept, but on these rocks and stones in here like that, once the players get up on that, they can't come up from underneath that. So the players pretty quickly learned that they need to go stand on these pieces right here, and these guys would come up and basically make their attacks. They didn't end up swallowing anybody whole, but it came... Oh, wait, I take it back. One of the players got swallowed whole, but they killed it the round or two right after that, and they were able to get him out before he actually died, but it was a close call. So that was that experience, and then once these were dead, night was coming in, and the players decided to follow the burrowing hole from the remoras underground to get away from the elements a little bit so the biting wind wouldn't be on them. And that's when I uncovered this part. And when they came in from this particular burrowing tunnel, but there could have been this one as well, when they came in, they discovered that there was a lair here for them, but there were a number of other adventurers that were frozen to death inside of the lair, and they started trying to defrost them to see if they could get them out alive. But that's when these guys showed up, which are basically like ice wraiths. If you ever played Skyrim, that video game, you and 60 million other people played Skyrim. Then these ice wraiths come out and they battled them. And once they managed to destroy them, then they were able to thaw out some of these other people and rescue some of them. And then after that, the next morning, they rested, they made it out, and they had to start the dragon. They got to where the dragon was at, And the dragon is up on the top of this here. As you can see, this guy right here is the white dragon model that comes from WizKids. And on top of all of that mountain thing. So the players had to basically climb up this, or one of them had a fly spell and ropes and whatnot, but they still had to climb up it. And then the dragon came along, and it was great. I had him run across here, and he dragged his tail across the top of this, causing like a small avalanche. And then the players had to make dex and strength saves and stuff, otherwise they would get knocked down. And then they were basically battling their way up this shelf here, up that cliff there, and along here. And the dragon would take turns between doing his frost breath on them or scratching them up. The white dragons in Shadow Dark get 4 attacks, so he would go claw them up pretty good. One of the players decided to cast a lightning bolt, which was fantastic down here to try and hit the dragon. Unfortunately, when he did it, just the sound of the lightning bolt caused a nice avalanche down there, knocking half the players off, and I think 2 of them to their deaths, or to 0 hit points. But they were able to unbury them and get them out in time, just barely. There was like 3 or 4 like at 0, close to death type things, but they would manage to get to them in time. Long story short, though, after a whole lot of work, they did manage to slay the white dragon, and all of his treasure was up here, frozen in a big ice block. And when they finally defrosted it, that was all the treasure there for them to earn. And they cut off the dragon's head, went back to made the trek back to towns, and to show them that they had indeed destroyed the dragon, and that was it. So that was basically the adventure for hunting dragons. Hope you enjoyed it. As far as what this is all made of, most of this is Monster Fight Club and a couple other things. So all of the trees here and the bushes and the frozen hills that I'm zoomed in on right now, all of that in this lower section here is all Monster Fight Club. These trees here, these little hills right there, that's all Monster Fight Club. That tree and this one over here is Monster Fight Club. Inside here is all Dwarven Forge, their original resin cavern set, ice cavern set. It's fantastic, expensive, but highly detailed and looks great. So that's 3 sets of that. This up here, these things are all Game of Thrones wall display. These things right here, and you can see there's like little nubs that are on here, and all I did is basically take some pliers and pry them off, and minis will actually fit on there just fine. Put minis on there for when the players are climbing up. So that works out just great for all of that. And then as far as the battle mat is concerned, geez, where did I get this one from? Oh, you're killing me, Haas. What do I got here? Oh, this one is from Monster Fight Club. Okay. This battle mat here, yeah, is also from Monster Fight Club, the whole thing like that. And it has a flip side to it as well. The flip side has a different pattern and stuff on it. So it's a multi, you get 2 for 1 on it. It's fantastic. Love that. And then, as I said, up here at the top, this white dragon is the Dungeons & Dragons white dragon from WizKids. They did a fantastic job on sculpting it. It looks great. The only thing that I don't like about it is that they modeled it directly after the drawing in the Monsters Manual. So I give them full credit for that. So that's all they were trying to do. But if you'll notice, like one wing goes straight up and one goes off to the side like this, it's not a well-balanced mini. It will fall over to this one side very easily. It's not very sturdy. So, and it's definitely not WizKids' fault. They were just following the design that was in the book of the Monster Manual. But unfortunately, if you're looking for White Dragon minis, I would recommend finding one of the other WizKids White Dragon minis. They do have a few other ones that are better balanced, so they're less likely to fall over. So that's it. That's my hunting the dragon adventure. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I will see you guys next adventure. Take care. Bye.